Welcome to Football Focus Weekly. On our regular night, I am the Pet Man, Matt Morrow. Last night we had our new show Between the Lines, where we take a deep dive into Charlotte Metro High School football. That was our second episode. Just as a reminder, that show will be every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. throughout the season. I don't know if we'll carry it into the playoffs, but that is our Tuesday show, which is just me, and we really dig deep into some of the um, other matchups that are through the metro area. On Football Focus Weekly, we talk about the biggest matchups of the week. We talk about Petman's players, and then this starting this week, we're going to try a review segment. Usually on Friday Night Live, we do a quick review of all the action, but we don't really dissect it so much. So on this show, we're going to try a review kind of segment, so to speak, where we dig a little bit more into the matchup and let the guys talk about their thoughts on those games, because you only hear it from me on Friday night. And usually Friday night I'm dead tired and relying on you guys to get us through the show. So we're going to try that and see how it works tonight. But then we'll get into the CMS Best to Last, which we talked about a little bit last night on Between the Lines. Then we'll get into the Dirty Dozen, our regional poll. I say our, it's mine. So all the hate mail can come to me. And then we'll get into the big matchups for week 3, which we have a lot of big matchups this week. A lot of interesting kind of regional type matchups that we don't always get. So some public-private matchups as well. And then, of course, we'll end with a reminder about the Queen City Senior Bowl, which, some of you watching this show have signed up for or signed your son up for already. But I want to talk about that again because it is really important. So that's what we got on tap tonight. All right, we got comments already. Hadn't really got started yet. So J-Man is here. Good to see you, young man. He was named the Pet Man player. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Our guy, Shay Shottam, is here. And once again, a weekly reminder, smash the like button. Yeah, please go ahead and do that. I took a look at analytics today, and the analytics for all of our outlets are really trending high. I mean, incredible. So you guys are doing a great job of not only watching and commenting, but sharing stuff on all of our platforms, and that's really appreciated. Just to share one, the last 30 days on Instagram were over 1 million views. That blew my mind. I don't look at it like I should, but our analytics are through the roof. So the sponsors that support us, like Victory Chevrolet, which sponsors this show, as a reminder, just $19 down. We'll deliver any new or pre-owned vehicle. Make sure you visit victorychevrolet.com today. And then, of course, I announced last week that Craig Fail, the owner of Blackbridge Financial in Palisades, is back to sponsor Friday Night Live, and we really appreciate that. So, really support our sponsors, and they really get, in my opinion, the a great amount of exposure for the money to help us do what we need to do here at CFI and Football Focus Weekly. So if you're interested in doing some sponsorship, or you feel like you know a business that could benefit from sponsorship of high school football, being in front of parents and players such as yourselves that are watching the show, let me know. We have a lot of different opportunities for sponsorship. We've got the new show Between the Lines, which doesn't have a sponsor, so that's one right there. We have our showcase in December that's coming up. You'll hear something about that here in the next couple of weeks. There's also opportunities with the Queen City Senior Bowl. If you wanted to get into something like that, I can help facilitate that conversation as well. And then there's other things that we can do if there's something that you like in particular that we do, such as Pet Man's Players that's been sponsored before. That's a great sponsorship because you see the metrics on how that stuff gets liked and shared on all the platforms. And I'm really happy to do that. But once again, this stuff is not free. All this is not free, um, for sure. So all this support is really appreciated. All right, in the comments, Jonathan Mitchell, good evening. On the week 3, yep, you guys got one going on the road. Another Virginia matchup. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. Kim, it's good to see you as always. Austin Locatius, Mandy putting Kings Mountain on notice. Oh, we're starting early. That game is not on the list tonight, but just to talk about it a little bit, Kings Mountain is coming off a win over Burns that they didn't play their best football compared to week 1, but they still found a way to win. And then Bandy's, I had Kings Mountain fan asked me about this game, and I said Bandy's is one of those teams that you don't know what you're going to get. Seems like year to year, it really depends on matchups because some years they're more run, other years they can be a little more balanced, but they always have some athletes. So it's not a game Kings Mountain can sleep on for sure. Nick Rankin, good to see you as always. His son is a Pep Man player we'll talk about here shortly. Joe Hughes, more numbers equals we need it. We need a CFI gas card, man. We had it back in COVID when we were doing private in South Carolina schools, and we went to Irmo. It came in handy then. But yeah, we might need to bring that back. I appreciate that, Karen. Appreciate it, Jamel. Eric Enriquez, good to see you. Appreciate you watching, man. All right. Well, let's get on to it. This is tonight's rundown here. We'll start with Pep Man's players here shortly. And then that review segment I talked about is going to be called Rapid Review, where we kind of dig a little deeper into the big games from last week and talk about that. Then we'll get into my Dirty Dozen rankings and the CMS Best to Last, which we talked about last night, but we'll briefly review that. We'll talk about this week's top games and give you a little analysis on that. And then I'll talk about the Queen City Senior Bowl once again. As usual, as always, please feel free to give your thoughts and comments throughout the show. You guys help drive it. And if there is something you want to talk about, always an open book, man. All right, so let's get started. We're going to go into Pep Man's players, which, like I said, is not sponsored. But I've been getting some feedback on Pep Man's players, and the main thing I want to say is some people are saying that we're missing a player here, we're missing a player there. I have to know about it. We really expanded our coverage area. We really cover 8 counties, I consider, on the regular. And it's hard to try and pull information from 8 counties. The majority of these are submitted or were tagged in the stats in the film. So if you want to make sure that we know about a great performance, tag us or send us film or send me a DM. That way we know it's there and we can put it on our list for the week to review. And then, we'll kind of go from there and see who is going to be selected. But for those that don't know, once again, I started doing this several years ago, and this has been a major success because throughout the season, we know college football is back. College football coaches are coaching. That's their primary job, obviously, and they don't spend as much time on recruiting. But some schools, I say most schools now, have some sort of recruiting staff. And that recruiting staff will go through social media and, they'll bookmark posts like this and they'll reach out to me and ask about specific kids from time to time. And, that information can help start relationships. And I'll be honest with you, there are some schools that, will reach out and ask, who deserves a game invite or even provide the leverage to give game invites to players or campus visits or things of that nature with us. So this is not something that we take lightly, or I take lightly at all. So please help us promote these kids out here. As I said before, this has already been out on social media. It was posted last night after Between the Lines. But to talk about some of these kids here, I saw Jamarcus Hairston and Trenton Bonham at Harding last week when I covered East Mac. Hairston has the real good build of a power back that could be really good for years. He's only a sophomore. Both of those guys are only sophomores. And I think they are going to be a big part of what Harding does over the next couple of years. Amario Spence is a player that I've liked for the past couple of years. West Iredale's 2-0. He's a big part of their success so far. The average to have 8 carries and 210 rushing yards is incredible. I'm trying to do the math in my head. And I believe that is almost 30 yards a carry. That's incredible. To add 3 touchdowns on top of that. Really good stuff. Titus Troy and Dom Baker came to the CFI Carolinas Mega Showcase in the spring. They both did a really good job. But for Titus, I thought he was going to be a guy who could step in and really get the job done early in his career. And he's doing that this year. I believe he's only a sophomore. Dom Baker's a freshman, as it says right there on the screen. And he came in and was a top quarterback as a freshman, but now he's playing a DB role primarily and really doing some impressive stuff. That sack came on a kind of like a corner blitz from the slot. It was really impressive. I really like seeing that. I apologize to the young man. When I put the graphic out, I got his last name wrong because I was rushing and doing things last night. But Alex Jenkins at Chambers, big part of why they're 2-0, playing the linebacker position, 8 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, and a quarterback hurry against Hopewell. We talked about Chambers a little bit last night, but to echo those sentiments, they look really good so far. And that's a shout out to Captain Munderland and Charles Johnson on that staff doing a really good job in getting those guys coached up and ready to go. All right, on slide 2, let's highlight. I like Joshua Dickinson. He's been a star at our camps the past couple of times, and that success is starting to transition to the field. An interception, 5 tackles, and a fumble recovery in their victory over South Iredale. And as I talked about last night, North Meck is really strong. They've blown out their first 2 opponents, and like I said before, the biggest surprise is their offensive performance. Defensively, they've always been good, but their offense is really producing at a high level, and that's impressive to see. They got Hunter Huss this week, and like I said before, it's on the short list of games for us to attend, so we may, see that in person. Also on this list, the 2 guys from Ashbrook, no surprises there, playing at a high level in their win over Berry last week. Lindsey really becoming that special back that we knew he could become. And then Caleb Gordon committed to Arkansas, just continuing to be a defensive beast, for lack of a better word, at the linebacker spot. There's 2 guys from Walkertown I thought were impressive. They're starting to get some coverage across the state here. Crawford, it's funny. When I think about Walkertown and what Coach Tatum does, and he always talks about running the ball, and we joked in the preseason that, are you really going to throw the ball? He's proven that they are doing that, and they're really efficient and explosive, and it's impressive. The linebacker Cameron Cartledge there, I wrote about before on Prep Red Zone. I thought he had a strong year last year. He had over 100 tackles easily last year. And now he's just affecting the game in so many ways, as you see when he put it right there against Parkland. Actually, I see Coach Tatum is here. Let me give him a chance to talk about his guys. What's up,
What's going on,
Coach?
Pep?
Hey, I'm just
Not much,
talking about
man.
your guys from Walkertown, man. What can you say about those two?
Yeah, super proud of these two guys. Drill joined us this summer as a senior coming over. Um, guys had a lot of experience. She's a senior, but he started at Glenn right here in Kernersville when he was a sophomore, and went over to West Forsyth as a junior. He didn't get the shot he wanted, so he came to us, and it's really proved right. He's a leader. He can make great throws. He can throw to the field. He can make deep shots. So the guys love him, so we give him all the opportunity in the world, right, to kind of take advantage of that. So that's where those 5 touchdowns come from. But and then I want to talk about Camryon. Yeah, I've known Camryon for 3 years, and the kid's been starting on varsity since he's a sophomore. Like he said, last year he had 140 tackles, and he's just a dog. We joke around and say he's unblockable. So going against him in practice every day just makes my offensive line just way better. And then he had a touchdown. Like we have a jumbo package where he's the running back, and so that he had a touchdown in the first game. He had a touchdown last week. So kind of doing it all for us. So a lot of love for those two guys.
Man, that's awesome, man. I see you guys play West Rowan this week. I saw I was a little surprised they lost to Davie. But how you feel about going into that one?
Yeah, it's gonna be a great game. Davie. Davie. Went out there. Everybody kind of did shock everybody. But West Rowan's a great program, right? It's a really hard place to play down there. When I was at North Rowan, we played at West Rowan. The crowd's incredible. A lot of tradition there. They're gonna be big, right? It's gonna be a tough game, but I'm always gonna roll with my Wolfpack, man. So can't wait to get to Friday. Kind of get through the work week and get out here a little early and get down there to Mount Eula.
Absolutely, man. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate that breakdown.
Yeah, man.
All right. Last person I want to shout out on this slide, Aiden Flynn, the field goal kicker at Charlotte Catholic. 3 field goals, literally the difference in their win over Charlotte Christian. They beat them 16-7. Anytime you nail a 45-yard field goal in a close game like that, man, that's big. That's big. I saw Aiden perform at the Davidson at all academic camp that they had back in June. And he's got a strong leg, man, and good accuracy, and that's bearing out right there. So anytime you got a good kicker, man, you got a special weapon, and that's what the Cougars have on their squad this year. All right. On this slide, of course, the 2 guys from Lincolnton. High-scoring game against North Lincoln, but these 2 guys are talented. I've written about both of them before on Prep Red Zone, North Carolina. Of course, Mayfield, the linebacker, is highly recruited, doing a little bit of everything on both sides of the ball. And then Lynch, the quarterback, his brother's also on the team. R.J. Lynch is the receiver. He's a good dual-threat kid, really hard to contain in the pocket. Micah Bright in the big showcase game, Huff Independence last week, he had 2 interceptions, including the pick 6. He had a nice route that he jumped on that pick 6. The kid has worked hard, transformed his body over the last couple of years. He performed well at our winter showcase last year. I believe he's committed to South Florida, and he's one of those guys that he's on a exponential growth. I think he's gonna end up being one of those guys that you end up seeing on college football on Saturdays on ESPN and wonder, where did he come from? And you'll remember that he's from here in North Carolina, in the Charlotte area. And special talent, man. J-Man, of course, he was here earlier, but all his production came in the second half. He didn't play in the first half last week, and that game was tied 14-14 at halftime. And when he came in there, Mooresville just went on a 35-0 run and ended up winning that game 49-14. And that just shows the impact that he's still here. Okay, well, good. But that just shows the impact he can have on the game, not only from an offensive standpoint, but being a senior and a leader, emotional leader. for Mooresville. Um, that's obviously a big thing when momentum starts rolling downhill, man. You see what that team is capable of, and good to see them get into the win column now, 1-1 on the season. I'll feature some offensive linemen. Like I said, this is going to be a recurring thing every week on Petman's Players. Justin Smith from Jan Robinson, I really watched his film, and man, he's just pancaking several guys in the run game. And he's blocking to the echo of the whistle, driving guys down the field 10 yards. That was really impressive. Any college looking for a road grading offensive lineman, he's 6'3", 285. He's going to be what you want right there. And then Randon and Pilu from Harding, when they went to that wishbone attack in the second half, one of the coaches told me that this young man was just dominant on the left side, and they just kept running the ball behind him. And, whether it was a down block or a kick out block, he was just putting guys on the ground and then just driving them off the ball. And I mean, literally, you go back and look at the film, their backs are untouched, until they get to the second and third level on several occasions. And he's a big reason why, for sure. So good job to those linemen this past week. All right, on this slide, on this one, there's a couple that I really like. Ryshawn Elmore at Porter Ridge. He's known more as a receiver, but he's kind of slid to the running back position. I think what we've seen is a trend, not only in high school, but even some in college and in the NFL. Guys are just putting the ball right in their best players' hands and letting them go to work. And I think that's what Porter Ridge has decided to do with him this year. And it's been impressive. They're 2-0. They're going into a big game this week against West Forsyth. And as Ryshawn goes, will the success go of Porter Ridge? That's simple. Point blank and period. Of course, Jamori Nichols with a nice game against Monroe. All that production really came in the first half as West Charlotte, had an easy victory, 47-0, getting back on the winning side of things at 1-1. They're going into a big game this week against Rock Hill South Point. We'll talk about that here a little bit later in the show. But all those guys on that slide right there, I think are college level players that had big impacts on their teams from a relative standpoint. All right. Let's see, we got one more. Yeah, we got one more. Once again, I got to shout out you guys. Not only you guys watching, but the players and coaches. It's another huge week of submissions. And ideally, I try to keep it to maybe 30 players that we highlight. But these first 2 weeks, I can't do it. Like, I was sitting there fighting to do another slide. And I just went ahead and did it because we had so many deserving kids on the list here. But on this one, Griff Galloway, Providence Day, like I said, didn't mean to hit that. Like I said before, met him at the media day, and really nice young man to talk to. He's a big-time D1 recruit. He had a big game against Roseville. They really, as a team, they got after the quarterback really well. But for him, 2 sacks, 4 quarterback hurries, and 6 tackles. And he also played some offensive line in the second half in that game. And that just shows you how versatile and smart he is to be able to play both sides of the ball as a lineman. Ari Greenfield bounced back after a tough game against Myers Park. Over 300 yards passing and 5 touchdowns. Really threw the ball with good accuracy and pace. London McElroy shot him out as well. He had 3 touchdowns receiving from Ari in that game. So in all, the Jan Robinson offense really got to be clicking in that one. Damian Hayes from Jordan, what a game. 235 yards rushing, 33 carries, man. That is a lot of work. That's 2 games for most high school running backs right there in terms of productions. And that's a good win for Jordan over Southern Durham. We talked about Nick Rankin last night some, but once again, we'll shout him out. I love what Palisades is doing. I dug into some film, and they're really using Nick in a lot of different ways offensively outside of what he does well on defense. And he's becoming a real threat and a playmaker for him. And it's good to show that because now that's going to open up some other things for his teammates. And once defenses start keying in on him as the primary playmaker, that's going to help everyone else win in one-on-one matchups and, different things schematically. So that's big stuff right there. Myers Park with the big win over Weddington. We'll talk about that here shortly. But Cam Portis from Myers Park committed to Miami. 2 interceptions in that game. And one of the things I talked about last night in this game, Weddington doesn't turn the ball over very often. If you're able to force turnovers with them, really impressive stuff. And they did a good job, the Myers Park defense, in doing that. And they won that game 28-18. So really good job for those guys, man. And those are the Pep Man's players that we're going to feature this week. Once again, please submit any players that you feel are deserving of that recognition to me on Twitter is the best way. Or you can tag me in your post on Twitter at PepMan704. All right. Well, we got a couple guys here, so let's bring them on to the show. First of all, we have my former teammate, which I don't say that enough. But we played at Harding together, suffered through the dark times of the late 90s and early 2000s. And he's been with me ever since then, it feels like. We started doing this stuff. That is the producer, Brandon Black. Executive producer. Oh, you gave yourself.
I did. I promoted myself, man. Convenient, ain't it?
Tell me why you're the executive producer.
Sometimes you just got to speak things into existence, man. It's like that 5-year-old kid that says he's going to play in the NFL one day. Just because he says he's going to get there, and he's going to get there. So I say I'm the executive producer, then guess what I am? I'm an executive, man.
Okay. Well, welcome.
That's what it is, man. Glad to be here.
Whoa. Now we got to address this. Hold on now. Natasha, what are you talking about in the dark? What you know about that?
All I know is when I go to Harding now, if I visit, I see a championship trophy, championship banners, and that's all I see. So as far as I know, that's when it starts. So I don't remember no dark days. I know there's a championship. There's a championship in one of the gyms over there. So
now this won't be one of them times where I'm going to say no, don't be trying to apologize now. No. If you don't know nothing about the dark days, you can't comment.
You could always block her for it's like a minute. Not just block her for a minute. Like you tell a kid to just go stand over there, just not that long. Just stand over there and think about what you did. Same type of thing, man. That's all. Don't block her permanently. Just block her. Man.
That's okay. It's okay. We'll consider that a warning.
It's all love, man. I believe our boy had a big game Friday. So yeah, shout out to him.
Oh, are you Adrian's mom?
Cox Mill, yeah.
Cox Mill? I didn't even put that connection together.
Come on, man.
Oh, wait a minute. She said she's class of 02?
Yeah.
She is?
Yes, man. She's right at 1 year after me. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry, Natasha.
Man, she's talked to us at the games before, man.
I'm committing ram on ram crime. Oh, my God. Oh, man. Okay. Well, congrats to your son. I did not put that together. Thank you. See, that's why he's the executive producer right there.
See, that's what I earn my promotion, man. I take the promotion, but I earn it. You know what I'm saying? I earn my pay.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Well, Coach Great, the sun was shining Friday night. I didn't see, but yeah, it was bright. Oh man, good stuff.
Good old Allegheny, man.
Yeah, but now we got to bring on somebody from the other West Side school.
You don't have to.
All right. Well, he hasn't been in the comments for the last few shows, but he promised to his fans that he was going to be on the show tonight. And I welcome the illustrious Coach Billups to the show.
I'm going to be nice because.
Oh, really?
I'm going to be nice, but because I coach Miss Mumford's son for 1 year at Cosmic. Adrian, my guy. I love Adrian because the one is like, I think the one little wump is Pops. It be seeing him over there. So yes, we do. I'm pretty sure she know about the dark times over there. But he do have some West Shaw Lions stuff over there. Giving him the guidance so he can shine bright. So that was very wrong of y'all to say that. But I'm back. I'm gonna be pleasant tonight. And shout out to my boy Adrian. He balling out. Look, you see how she said shit?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone. I don't know where this is going. So.
I like
your house, man. Very nice.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I got the piano right there.
There you go. Very nice, man.
Why are you talking about me, brother?
I wonder where you at, man. It's sunny. It's 8:00 here, but it's sunny where you are. I like that, man.
You see my foyer? My foyer right here?
You know you rich when you buy your own sun. You know how rich you got to be to buy your own sun.
Hey, look. And you see right here, you see the plate. That's when you know you're rich. When you see the plate of pine cones. That's old school right there.
Plate of pine cones.
Well, we're gonna move the show forward.
Let's get that, man.
The rapid review, and this is the review of Week 2's game. So first of all, Huff defeated Independence 35-0. What y'all think about
that? Michael Bright led that defense. Man, that defense was it was out there smoking, boy. It was some crime committed out there. Independent just couldn't get that run game going. And I felt like Street he never got comfortable. They gotta get that secondary right. Redis can't be everywhere. And Dallas, like Redis and Dallas, it's kind of tough over there. It was tough. It was a tough game. But shout out to Huff, the O-line. We've been talking about that O-line. That O-line was kicking. It was kicking Independence D line, but tootie. Like my daughter liked to say, see that new era, new Billups. But it was very dominant. I was impressed with the win. I was very impressed with the win.
Yeah, it was definitely impressive. If you would have told me that Huff was going to get to a running clock against Independence, I would have bet against that. Very impressive. The big thing for me was the improvement from Week 1 to Week 2 of the Huff offense. We really saw them try to get things going against South Point, and it took them a while to finally get to 14 on that last drive in the fourth quarter. But they started fast against Independence, and the defense helped them out, like you said, with Micah Bright's pick 6. And
that quarterback running the ball, he is dangerous. It looked like the same offense.
Yeah.
Once his time to get done, then like who could stop Tyrion Evans right now? He's killing every secondary. It's like, and you gotta pick your poison because the other receiver is pretty good too. I'm terrible with names. Y'all know I've been here a while.
Who you talking about?
Yes, number 6.
Jaden White. I just wrote about him on Prep Reds on North Carolina.
He is legit. Is he a sophomore or
he's a senior.
Senior. Okay. Mm-hmm. What about the sophomore? Is the sophomore out there? Don't they got junior? One of them wide receivers? Pretty good. They got so much talent over there, boy. I tell Baker and Chachi, I can't keep up with them. I need like a sheet.
Well, I do have their roster here.
They got one of them receivers. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it, but they do have somebody over there who's dangerous.
Jameer Anderson.
There you go.
Boy, I like him too.
That boy good.
All right, producer, you want to add anything on that one?
Nah, just coming into the season, we said, or everyone said, that Huff was going to be, a top team, and they just continue to prove it. Living up to the hype, so to speak. And we know Independence will learn from it.
They gotta get that D line straight. They gotta get them D line, them O line straight.
Well, they'll have their chance. So we'll talk about them in a little bit. They got a big one this week against Charlotte Christian, and they're both coming off losses. But West Charlotte and Monroe, not much to say about this one. You guys gonna want to add anything?
If I remember correctly, this game last year did not finish, right? Like they stopped it, I believe, because of weather, and that was last year, right? And I remember just some chatter, nothing official, nothing that mattered. People were saying, "Oh, Monroe is going to win that if the game finished," and I can't help but just wonder if that was in the back of some of West Charlotte's mind, like, "Oh, they said we would have lost that game had we finished," though, little subliminal motivation, so to speak, like just thinking about that, like people are saying,
yeah,
not the same team still, but you know how people think though.
Yeah, I think like, and I'm a Monroe fan. Don't be upset about that loss because they replaced a lot. They lost a lot. We talked about it in one of my coaching group chat we had. It was not a good. That was not a good game from this year. Last year, I would have loved to see that team last year. Give Monroe about a year or two, and I like to see it. Just West Charlotte's explosive, man. That defense is so darn explosive. You don't really got too many weaknesses. And the offense is Nichols, Jamora, he playing better than any quarterback right now. I think the boy from Huff the only one really playing better than, anywhere close to better on that level right now. So it's tough. That's a tough West Charlotte team to beat, especially when that defense humming.
Well, Mike, I'd have to agree with you on that one. I can't. Ain't nothing else.
Oh no, it was. Yeah, it was. I was not.
Yeah.
But I was shocked that people were shocked that it was like that. Like I didn't think that game was gonna be close. Not this year.
Not especially not coming after a loss. Especially. I agree with you locked in for that.
You know how base 4 folks are.
Palisades Olympic rival game. Palisades won that one 26-0. Defense really impressive for the Pumas. Olympic still started the young man Zahir Smith at quarterback. Chance Cato's still out due to injury. Any thoughts on that one?
Rankin, that's all you talk about right there. That boy is different. He's different. Coach Simmons been telling us about, saying he most slept on. I don't tell Coach Simmons something. I don't think nobody in the state sleep on that. That boy is a football player. And Palisades is a very dangerous team. They don't want nobody. Sometimes they want they're coming. Sometimes they don't want they're coming. We don't. So I just say Palisades are really, really good. I don't know. I don't want to make Coach Simmons mad. I don't like. He'll send you messages. I don't want. I want to be your friend. So, but they dangerous. I think they one of the better teams in the state. That's just me. Not in Charlotte. I think they one of the better teams in the state. They're very athletic, and they strike you. Like you watch that team play, they're going to hit you on offense and defense. You can't hit in the mouth. You got to buckle up. So,
well, yeah, I definitely agree with you there. They are physical, and they pride themselves on that. And it starts, literally starts on the lines of scrimmage. I think both their offensive lines and defensive lines are really, really strong, and they have good depth. And that's a big key because most teams, you can just say it now. Most high school teams don't have, great depth.
Who is that old lineman that was at the camp, the violent one?
Jamar Williams.
Every college coach in America need off that.
I think he's committed. I believe
somebody
to Lenore Ryan. Let me see right here.
Lenore Ryan got a gym because that boy is the most dangerous football player in the state of North Carolina. Because what he was doing without pads on at that camp.
Yep, Lenore Ryan. Yep, that's right.
I thought the cops was going to have to put him in handcuffs where he was at there. Boy, he was at the dog walking people kids. The boy violent, man. And but they take on the mindset of their coach, man. That New York State of mind. Their head coach is a bit. Yeah, we all know about Coach Simmons. He don't let you know now. So
that he definitely will. All right, let's go to some comments here because we got a couple good ones here. So Jamel Lattimore, Huff, linebacking core, a beast. Yeah. Between LJ Porter and Ryan Peterson, I saw a nickname for him that I can't say on the show, but I thought
please don't say it. Don't say ours. I saw it too. I
Look,
saw it too.
they are they're impressive to watch for sure.
You know what the question on B is? Who got the better one? Is it them two or the two at West Charlotte? Because that West Charlotte linebacker crew kind of nasty too.
Good question.
I have an opinion, but I have ties to one school. I have ties to both of them, but I don't know them two for them two from Hub, boy. I tell you one thing: you don't see people play. You don't see linebackers playing 3-yard dips and doing what they doing. Like you gotta be a bad boy in high school. You know what I'm talking about, Brandon. Y'all both know. Y'all play on line. And you see linebackers in 3-yard dips in high school, they some bad boys. Because and you can't tell. You can't tell watch the tape. But them boy, Michael Griffin and the other linebacker at West Charlotte, they ain't no joke either. So
and you're talking about the young man who's
I think and he's young. He's a sophomore. He's
Jameel Watson.
Yes, and he's dangerous.
He's got an offer from North Carolina. And I like him. I like both of them. But I interviewed Jameel this summer, and I love his mentality. He's got the right mindset to be a dominant player and to be a leader. He's dangerous. He's the real deal. He's
striking. Y'all don't believe? Watch that Monroe. He was striking.
Lindell Porter says Huff has the best defense in the state and really don't think it's close. Scary thing is that they are missing some starters that are only going to make them better.
That is true. That is true.
Well, there it is.
But the other one missing. The other one, let's be fair. The other one missing a very important piece of their defense too. So, apples and oranges.
Let's talk about Myers Park Weddington because a lot of people were surprised across the state with Myers Park picking up that victory. It wasn't a shock to me because the big thing that drives, most good defenses is a really good defensive line. And that's what Myers Park has. Rodney Dunham did play, the 5-star committed to Notre Dame. And then I talked about DeMond Lewis at length last week. He looked good again. With those two guys coming off the edge, man, you can't double them both. And, that pressure really forced Weddington into some turnovers. We talked about Portis with 2 interceptions on Pep Man's players. And the other big story is the Myers Park quarterback, Ramir Watson. He really played well. Shay Shottam, our guy, Shaquan was there, and he told me, he gave me some observations, and that was one of them. He got a great catch that Brody Keefe had in one-on-one coverage that went viral on social media. But the big thing was the Mustangs made plays both running the ball and throwing the ball. Their offensive line continues to play well. They are showing that they're a full team. And if their quarterback, Watson, continues to be efficient and doesn't turn the football over, I think they can be a contender in 8A.
They O-line was the MVP of that game, the Portis brothers. Because I suggest everybody got an NFHS account. Please go watch that game. That was a clinic that O-line put on versus them twins. I haven't seen them twins look non-productive, and not saying that O-line did a good, outstanding job. I don't know who that O-line coach is at Myers Park, but you got my respect. That was impressive.
Well, those really guys worked hard in the offseason too. I saw them, at a couple of places that I was, kind of covering camp events and things like that. But they worked hard in the weight room, and they got better. They really got better, man. They're an impressive group for sure. And he mentioned the Portis brothers. Chaz Portis, the young man committed to Delaware State on the receiving side, also had a touchdown in that game. So they've got Providence this week. Somewhat of a rival game, neighborhood school type deal. Weddington is going to play Monroe, both of them coming off losses, which doesn't happen a lot. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Charlotte Catholic defeated Charlotte Christian 16-7. Mentioned Aiden Flynn with his 3 field goals. The difference in that one for a Charlotte Catholic. You guys got any thoughts on that one?
You don't really be shocked about that Catholic because Catholic they play great defense and run the ball. It's like shake and bake, like Ricky Bobby. They don't keep shaking until it's baked, baby.
Yeah, I think the impressive part was their run defense, shutting down Jamal Rule, keeping him in check.
Rally, I watched it. It was a lot of rally tackle. It was rally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then the other part of that is most people feel like you can throw on Catholic, but keeping Vince Rosen and those guys in check on the outside is also impressive. Speaks a lot to their secondary and what they can do overall defensively. Yeah. So they've got a big game coming up this week against Providence Day that we'll talk about in a little bit. And then Christian is going to play Independence.
Yeah, Catholic.
Yeah. So in the comments, how people still sleep and not mentioning us talking about Palisades here as one of the top defense. Now, Mr. Rankin,
I'll let you say.
Know.
We're not allowed to talk about Palisades because we don't know. We want to. Some weeks y'all want to be up. They want to be uplifted, but y'all defense is really good. Everybody knows that.
It's one of the things that I can't speak on is what other people talk about or they don't talk about.
No, that defense good.
Yeah, good. I mean, I've said that since
he's been there.
March.
But we've been saying. But I think I go ahead and say this: your offense is finally catching up with the defense at Palisade. That's the impressive thing about Palisade now. Palisade defense has always been good, and that's why we're not shocked. We like you said. I see you talking about the linebackers and the D line. We know that whole defense is really good.
I mean, I've had Drew Drakeford ranked in the state on Prep North Carolina for the last 2 years. So
some things we don't need to say. Some things you don't need to say. Y'all defense is legit.
Yeah,
we'll say Palisade defense is probably top 3 in the city. In the state, in that top 10 conversation because y'all got to always remember this. I know we always want to talk about Charlotte football, but Cardinal Gibbons still play football. They got a young coordinator up there that's a bad boy. And, so I would say that. But, Palisade defense is really legit. It's top 5. I would say it's top 3, top 5. What top 5 in Charlotte is pretty good because it's a team down there we don't speak about a little bit. They've been very impressive. So
yeah, we're gonna get there. But I want to welcome Mountain Island head coach Robert Washington to the show as well. I will not take any money off of your pay for being late.
Well, I see producer got a promotion and
sure did.
Coach
I mean, if y'all want to keep missing the show, I gotta have somebody on here.
Yeah. Hey,
I gotta keep y'all around somehow.
You see what Bill is doing with his extra raise? Look at
you see that? You see the bowl pineapples, pine cones back there.
Look.
Yes, sir. And the grand piano, the foyer. Don't be hating, baby. You come over, baby. You bring a couple of treats over here, baby. Get some of the ambiance.
All right. Well, this is not on the list, but I'll address this. D. Martin Husky, since I've never seen your name before. I appreciate you watching. But I can't speak for what Big Eye Shelby has said or promised.
Hey, send that to his Twitter, his Facebook, Adam Weber. There you go.
He's easily found, and he can address any of his
hands up, don't shoot, like they used to say.
But Kings Mountain did have a win against Burns last week, so I don't know who had y'all losing to Burns. I wouldn't.
It ain't like y'all went out there and did a Belichick like somebody.
Don't do that, B.
All right. Stuart Kramer, North Gaston. It ended up being a really good game. Stuart Kramer won that game 34-27. Well, Coach Doug, since you're here, that's your area, man. You got anything on that?
Absolutely. This is our weekly we play ball in Gaston County game of the week. Because for whatever reason, we hear about Charlotte, we hear about Cleveland County, and it's not enough spoken about Gaston County. Pep, I always say that. That's what I believe.
Yeah, we can talk about it.
Yeah, well, look.
Come on, time, and we'll put it on the board.
Well, no. Well, think about this. To get to Cleveland County from Charlotte, where do you got to cross over? And to get to Charlotte from Cleveland County, where you got to come through?
Charlotte.
Nah, Gaston County, baby. Gaston County. Y'all can sleep all y'all want to, but
tell them, Robert. Tell them about Gaston County.
At the end of the day, Gaston County, and I've been around Charlotte football. I've been around Cleveland County. My roots run deep all through here, my family. But it's some of the best talent has came out of Gaston County that people just don't even know. And our talent is consistent. It's consistent, baby. I told y'all, even with Highland Tech got 3 boys and one in particular that if he played for any other team, look, he'll start for any other team in the state. So, and that's Highland Tech. That's something no one want to talk about. But back to Stuart Cramer, North Gaston, though.
Thank you.
Two well-coached teams. I love what the new coach came down to do from Mount Airy. I mean, he did his thing. He's establishing his own culture, and you starting to see it. They're 2-0 now.
Mm-hmm.
After only winning how many games last year? Was it one game?
Maybe.
1 or 2 games?
2 at the most, I believe.
In the first 2 games, he's tied with that same winning record from last year, and it wasn't so much that it was better or worse. It was just he was able to bring in what he's used to at Mount Airy, and that is championship football. And again, I know it's 1A football or 2A or whatever the case may be, but we play football too in these smaller divisions. And if anyone that knows football knows Mount Airy has been a staple in this state and winning tradition. He's been around that, and you can start seeing that, and those kids are believing. And anyone that coach knows that all a kid has to do is believe. You get them to believe, that's half the battle right there. He got that team believing. But Coach Wilson also at North Gaston, I mean, he's no slouch. He's slowly building that program back where it needs to be at. So I'm not surprised that the game is what it is.
Well, Stuart Cramer, middle linebacker, says the game was very shaky and shouldn't have been that close.
See what I'm look at this young man's comment. That speaks to that coach's culture. You get what I'm saying? Look at that. That's about winning. That's a football we're talking about.
Let me throw this in because Chris Worster, and I'm just seeing this now. I wish I would have known this before, but he had 12 tackles in that game, 3 tackles for loss. So he had a big game defensively. Also standing out for those guys, the running back McCorkle had 104 yards rushing in a touchdown. Quarterback Clee Phillips, who I believe came over from Ashbrook, threw for 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. So balanced offense, solid defense. That's good stuff right there. He's also asking our thoughts on Stuart Cramer for the rest of the year. And
Long they got my boy over there calling that defense. I got faith in Stuart Cramer.
So this week they've got Bessemer City, then Highland Tech. Then they get into a game against Shelby. Shelby and then Burns, 2 big games. Then they West Lincoln, Lincolnton, Cherryville, and East Gaston.
Well, at this point, it's nothing but up from here. So to answer your question, it's nothing but up from Stuart Cramer at this point. So our expectations, man, it wasn't high expectations coming in, but people that know, because I played my area a few times in the playoffs, and I know what that culture was. So I knew it was going to be a curve. They was going to turn a curve. I am a little surprised it's this quick, but it's nothing but up. So the expectation, young man, just keep playing ball, listen to your coaches, and execute. And it's nothing but up.
I think they can be 4-0 going into Shelby.
Absolutely.
And then they're playing for first place in the conference.
But don't sleep. The one that stands out to me, their upcoming matchup is Bessemer City. And Bessemer City is one of those teams they can knock you off. If you don't come play ball, they'll beat you because they're well coached. And they got a ton of good football players, a bunch that you featured throughout the years. I think their quarterback broke the Gaston County touchdown record. I think
Gavin Chastain.
Yeah, he broke the Gaston County passing touchdown record. So they got ball players over there. So that's not a guaranteed victory. So shout out to Coach Creed down at Bessemer City. He's building his program.
Joe throwing in that Kramer's more physical this year. It's the biggest change. I can attest to that because I featured one of their linemen in Pep Man's players, and they kept running a power play, and he was a guard pulling around and just laying out guys from Forest View. I was like, wow, it's impressive. It was fun to watch. And CFI coverage. Well, let me look at your schedule here.
And tell him about the concession stand. Then him and Brandon definitely be there. If y'all give discount at the concession stand, that's how you get CFI coverage. I'm telling you.
That's true.
You ain't wrong. You ain't totally wrong.
Yeah, y'all
You ain't
got
totally wrong.
Y'all got that 5-star.
We might hit that. Maybe
We'll put that request in the box. We'll submit that.
We'll see.
Hey, they got a straight concession stand. I was coaching over there 1 year.
You tell Rob boy, look, man, I'll tell you. Boy.
After
that's our.
Let's look at their schedule. Let's look. I'm about to put it.
I got it right here.
No,
Pep. No, when I co-signed,
you're not the executive producer.
Well, that's your Gaston County football report for the show.
There you go, get GFI right there. Gaston Football Insider.
Gaston Football Insiders. That has a nice ring to it.
CGFI.
We play ball too. Hashtag.
This man coming here, called man because Belichick lit the egg the other night.
Don't get me started.
He was on Twitter. He was on Facebook singing his woes.
So every time Coach Dub calls me, he's always talking about what he just had to eat. So this is a fact.
No, don't do that, Pep. Because producer, you know what I'm about to tell you. All them pictures they be posting, all that food he be eating, and then I talking to him the other night. He said, "Man, I got to send you a picture of what I ate yesterday."
I'm gonna put it in the group chat right now. As a matter of fact,
he legit.
Don't forget to do it.
He legit for that. I like when he said, "Look at what my queen made for me this night."
You gotta be proud, man. You gotta be proud. I'm very proud and very happy. All right, the Bell game.
No, you can't. B, do you see this?
I'm not allowed in y'all group chat.
Man.
What?
Is that a Cheddar Bay business?
A.L. Brown defeated Concord 38-3. And this for their 11th consecutive win in the Bell game. Shout out to A.L. Brown, man. Really impressive victory. I hate it for Coach Shepard and Concord that they just
I love Shep, but man,
get it done there. But
they might well keep that Bell A.L. Brown where that thing played last.
Times will turn around. I was doing some research, and apparently Concord had won the Bell 10 times back in the 70s. So,
yeah.
Times will turn. Times will turn. But right now, A.L. Brown is really dominating this series, and they look good. This week, they are. I got to go back to my game here, my game schedule, to see who they're playing offhand. But any thoughts on the Bell game? Anything you guys want to add on that?
Nah. I watched a little bit. I watched about a quarter and I turned it off.
Yeah. It was a pretty strong performance by the Wonders, and it was good for them because they bounced back from a week 1 loss against Porter Ridge. So shout out.
Porter Ridge bet some bad boys though. Don't hang your hat on losing them.
Oh, A.L. Brown has Mooresville this week. That's right. I see the comments there. So the last one, Mallard Creek at Warwick, Virginia. I messed that name up last night on the show. But Mallard Creek pulled that game out 3-0.
A win is a win. A win is a win.
Yeah. I saw a little bit of it. I mean, Mallard Creek's defense, we were talking about Palisades defense. Mallard Creek's defense, and let me tell you how impressive this stuff is, man. Mountain Creek lost 40 seniors last year. 40. And they've gone out here and beat Rolesville and a good team in Virginia and Warwick. And you got to shout out what Coach Tinsley and that staff has done. But they got some really good talent on both sides of the ball. But defensively, to shut a team out on their home field is good stuff.
Yeah, man, that's very impressive.
It was a good game. If you like defense, it was a good game.
Definitely. And I know teams switch out players. I know it's not the exact same team, but the team they held, Warwick won 10 games last year. So this is not some bottom of the barrel team that they shut out. That's a good program.
You start thinking about who's standing out defensively. You got to go to the linebackers and Askia Mustafa and oh my gosh, the other young man.
What was his name? You said Steam Mustafa?
Askia Mustafa. He's one of the standout linebackers.
I'm glad I don't coach that, baby. He have a nickname with me.
Well, we all know every player has a nickname. Yeah, I'm sure he does have one. I'm trying to get over to their.
I'm not surprised though. You got Coach Hart in them over there. That defensive staff is pretty darn good. Like we all can say what you want to say about Darren Hart. The only reason I talk good about him because I played for him when I was at West Charlotte when he was on Knox staff. But Coach Hart know what he's doing.
Deuce Majette, yeah, he's the other linebacker. That's a standout. Deuce Majette, number 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those guys. Chase Spellman is a good defensive back for them as well. We flip it over on offense. Khalil Price, of course, had that great big kind of a standout game in week 1. Anthony Cook on the offensive line is a big piece of that success up front.
Man, they keep them old line, man.
Well, they got some young guys now that are absolutely huge to go with Cook. Of course, producer, Austin Ballou, who is now 6'7".
And I believe 15 years old, 6'7".
Yeah, with several Power 4 offers, and rightfully so. They've got another guy, and they've got a freshman. Oh my gosh, Caden Ocam. People were telling me about him last year in middle school. He's going to be huge. He's already 6'4", 250 as a D lineman, as a freshman, and to my understanding, gets varsity reps.
Some people get blessed, baby.
It is amazing. It is.
I know school in Matthews that need to make a phone call too. That's what I saw.
Okay, we'll leave that alone. AJI1 says they're also playing with a third string quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Wow. But that's the boy from West Meck, isn't it?
Now, I've heard different things. Is he second string or is he third string?
Whatever string he
either way, they're playing with a backup quarterback.
Right. Either way,
whatever string he is, that string playing some good ball. He plays some good basketball.
Yeah, his film against Rolesville was it was impressive.
Hey, look, my man said somebody getting paid too much with that grand piano. Don't hate on the grand piano back there, baby. You come over here and play anytime. Guy from Ray's Boom Boom Room.
And Laramie's a musician.
There's your rare 1999 Life movie reference of the week.
Yeah, you'll get one with me, baby.
I gotta tell y'all a story about that. When the first time I saw that movie, I got a good story about that.
I'm pretty sure you do. Long as don't go into another gas and football reference.
No, it does not. It does not.
You ready to beat us up at that?
We play ball in Gaston County too.
You gotta get that shirt. You gotta get a shirt made.
Yeah, I am. Watch.
I know you are. I know you. Next slide. Let's go to the next slide. Talk about Vicky Chevrolet or something. Here.
We'll go to the next slide.
We play football. We know. Good gracious.
The Dirty Dozen. Not sponsored. It can be sponsored. please reach out
By
to me.
Gaston County. Hey, some Gaston County car dealership.
You know this
yeah,
ain't the last we're gonna hear about this, Pat. You know this ain't the last we're gonna hear about it. We're gonna be on call after this about 30 minutes.
But in the Dirty Dozen this week, no changes with the top three, Huff, Providence, and West Charlotte. But we do have some movement below as Myers Park and Mallard Creek move up 3 spots. Weddington drops 2 spots because of their loss to Myers Park. Crest moves up 2 spots. Christian drops 2 spots. Ashbrook up 1. Mooresville up 2. Palisades and Charlotte Catholic enter the ranking. On the edge are Independence, South Point, Lake Norman, Kings Mountain, and Porter Ridge.
Lake Norman is really good. Lake Norman is really, really good.
They're one of the teams that nobody's talking about.
Lake Norman is really, really. That running back is really, really good.
Alan Bruno Jones was a man player. 4 touchdowns rushing.
He's my second favorite running back up there. You know, my old buddy in Mooresville, boy. I don't know who we need to talk to tell them give that boy the ball more because Jesus. 9 carries for 100-something yards.
Any thoughts on the dozen this week?
Solid list.
Solid.
Nah, no issues.
Solid.
Well, I just got a text about a Pet Man player, so please, I need to put my email address back up for any complaints.
You got yelled at?
Not directly. Somebody sent it to me. You know, once again, I could not recognize everybody in the state.
I mean, you could. It would be a really long show, though. It was a really long show.
See what Rob did? It's Charlotte Football Insiders, and now we got everybody. It shouldn't be North Carolina football. It shouldn't be NCFI, North Carolina Football Insider. We got to cover be on here for 4 hours. Thank you, Robert. look at.
Oh gosh.
Anything for Belichick.
See, there you go, man.
In the comments, we have some other things going on here. Jeff Banner throwing in Corby and 2A.
They did
a good fight with Butler 7A, 14-9.
I'm not surprised by that either.
I want to comment on that.
No, that was a good game. I'm
not surprised by that. Y'all are because y'all know 1A, 2A. Football.
Here we go. We know how good the boys are. Darn, Robert.
We
don't see the boy play.
Over at
Thank
Corbin.
you.
They could have beat them.
They said meet them at the 50. They told me to tell you meet them at the 50.
For what?
They said you ducking. They sent me a Facebook message said tell Coach Doug. Look at him. They didn't say that, Rob. I'm sorry.
I know they did.
I'm sorry.
It's all love. We joke and we play around, but both programs were really about the kids. So
y'all know Corbin. That was a good game. Like I said, that's another one I watched. I think I called Matt and told Matt about it. It was a really good game. That's why I keep on telling you, I don't know how good Butler is because I just don't.
Well, Corbin led at the half. They led 3 minutes at the half.
I don't know how good Butler is.
Don't look at Corby and Butler as the division.
No.
You get what I'm saying? Because Coach Christopher can coach. I've coached for the last 3 years. They can coach, and they're going to make their adjustments. And they got a heck of a kicker over there. Like their kicker is like one of the best kickers in the state.
For them to win that, for them to be in that game like that, and you go and get unbalanced and all that stuff, because that's where Butler gets you. It's their formations. Believe me, I was at Providence. I played them 2 or 3 times a year. They used to beat the dog walkers, but that's how he gets you. And so that's how I know Corby is good, and they don't have the numbers to play with that Butler team. That Butler's really good. Butler's, like I said, I don't know how good Butler is, but they could coach. Like one thing, Hales coach. We saw that against Olympic. Like that was not. It was some players, but that was he was putting them boys. He started down and up. He knocked that rust out, and he started down and up. But Corby is very good. I'm not. They was out there striking. Anytime you got a physical team, that's impressive. You know what I'm saying? For 1A, 2A, 3A, 4. You know, I come from the town when T.A. McClendon. You know, with Albemarle, everybody talking about he couldn't do that against Floyd. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that boy could have ran 6, 8, 9, 8, 10, 8, 11. It don't matter. Y'all not stopping that grown man running the ball. You know, you better watch that. But
and the same thing for Corbin and staff that you spoke of Butler, because B, when I tell you, like when we played him, he always made adjustments. Like it was like chess. Like it was one game we ended up beating them in overtime, and I mean that was chess. It was chess, and you know that he probably got a ton of film. They're going to be well prepared.
Yeah.
Got a ton of film, and he knew what they was going to do, and a lot of that was based on his adjustments. So I think it was definitely more about Corvin's coaching staff. They get the credit, but I'm telling you that game did not surprise me when I seen that score.
Yeah, I'll tell you one more team on the edge that people need to really put some respect on. I don't have a lot of coaches in the area talk about them. Porter Ridge is very physical, and they don't be a problem in the playoff. They're a very physical and nasty team. And you know that coach over there, they're back to playing the old Porter Ridge. They're gonna hit you in the mouth for 4 quarters. They're a very dangerous team.
I'll tell you this. I was watching some old video that we had back in 2017 when Harding won the state championship. Their second round playoff matchup was against Porter Ridge. And I remember Coach Griner telling me that was their hardest game of that playoff run was Porter Ridge. They only beat them 17-10. When I was looking at them, if Coach Hurts has the guys, those linebackers, those guys come downhill with bad intentions.
Yeah,
and they will smack you in the mouth, man. He can coach his tail off. That's for sure.
The mindset over there.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. As a matter of fact, Shaquan is going to be there at Porter Ridge this week when they play West Forsyth.
That's going to be an interesting game.
Yeah, so we'll have some good insight from that one.
Hey, Pep, let me add something to one of the teams I think is a dark horse. And I don't know if we talked about it, but Marvin Ridge.
Marvin Ridge is good.
Marvin Ridge, I'm telling you, they're in that cusp. So they're 2-0 right now. Little known fact, their starting quarterback is Union Academy's starting quarterback, his former son, Justin Frazier. He's now the AD at Marvin Ridge.
He's pretty good.
His son is the quarterback. And that's a big difference. And that kid could play. I think he might be a junior now. But
my understanding, they're playing 2 quarterbacks because
they play. So everybody know I got ties with Cotsmill. So they're playing 2 quarterback system over there. And
Cotsmill did play them. That's right.
It's the kid from Union Academy. He's pretty good. He's more the athlete. He's more the athlete, and then they got the East Met quarterback. Both they complement each other pretty well, but just don't get a time when the boy from Union Academy, he fits with Marvin Ridge. I'm a very good friend with Coach Leggett over there. You know, Marvin Ridge is I'm gonna punch you until my knuckles are bloody team. You know, they're brutes, man. They're nasty. It's how you want to play the game. And that defense, man, they was out there striking. They were striking Cotsmill like it got ugly watching that game. You know, I was like, oh my goodness. But
to your point on the 2 quarterback system, so Adam Ayon, the quarterback from East Mac, is good percentage. Completed 68% of his passes this year, 312 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. The Parker Frazier kid has definitely been more of a running quarterback. He's got 7 running attempts and 7 passing attempts. So to your point, 2 quarterback system, 2 different distinct ways of attacking a defense. But defensively, they were very impressive in the Jamboree up at J.M. Robinson. Manny Lewis committed to App State on the defensive line, absolute stud. And they've got some other guys that are back. Evan Colacerto at the linebacker spot, and then Sam Savonovec leading the secondary. So they've got some guys. I'd be remiss not to mention Bryce Morgan as well at the linebacker spot. We've seen a Morgan at the linebacker spot have success here in the Carolinas before.
Miami before that.
Miami before that.
And we're back, baby.
All right.
A game to watch, and I know we got more football to go, but October the 10th, Marvin Ridge versus Porter Ridge.
Oh, that's always a good one. They used to call, I don't know if they still call it this or not. They used to call that the Battle of the Cookout. There's a cookout in between both schools down there.
That's a great idea.
Okay, I'm about to say something.
No, not that kind of cookout.
As an African American black male, I got a little concern. I'm like, hold on now. I need to go see this little cookout they talking about.
The cookout.
Isn't that right, Rob? Rob made the face to his glasses and start fogging up.
All right, well, let's move on here.
Who bring the potato salad?
I ain't
The
that
CMS
cookout.
Best of Last
I
Week
ain't that
3
cookout.
edition. We
You
talked
say there's
about
raisins in the potato salad?
It's about the potlucks.
The casserole?
they're in time now. The Week 3 CMS Best of Last rankings. We briefly talked about those last week. Not last week. Oh my gosh, last night. Executive producer, you have exclusive access to provide your thoughts in 30 seconds.
Shout out to those Harden Rams moving up 2 slots after a big win at East Meck. You know, always love to show the Rams some love when we can. 1, 2, 3 Huskies, Lions. Definitely no shocks there. Mustangs, 3. Mallard Creek, they're where they belong. Palisades, now you correct me if I'm wrong. Is that the highest? Okay, obviously Palisades, great season last year, off to a good start this year. Is that the highest they've been before? 5?
Palisades?
Yeah.
I had Palisades preseason number 3.
Oh, okay. So okay.
And then I got some feedback.
Oh, okay. So still top 5.
I'll leave it at that.
Still off to a good start. Patriots, they'll bounce back.
Now look, AJ, don't let the facts get in the way of a good story. Now I remember you're correct, but it sounded good at the time.
I mean, it's kind of interesting battle of the cookout.
But that's true. It is Sun Valley Porter Ridge. Ain't going, man. I swear.
Even worse.
I'm off my Union County football game. Terrible.
Oh man, that was funny, man. I've been crying. I'm sorry. All right.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Me, but it was funny. But
what are your thoughts on the CMS Best of Last? And Joe, I agree. It does need a sponsor because consistently, week over week, it garners a lot of impressions on social media.
we need to work on
Text
that.
messages from area coaches.
Oh yeah. 1 through 5, I like it. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I think Chambers is too. I think they need to come up some. I think Chambers and North Meck victories are more impressive than what Archer Kell. Archer Kell to being Archer Kell right now. You get what I'm saying? I think Archer Kell. I would like to see North Meck at 7, Chambers at 8, Butler at 9, and Archer Kell at 10. Now,
Not too crazy.
Yeah, now Providence, forgive me, Westwood, I love you. But after that game Friday, I don't know. Man, it's going to be a rough week because they got Mars Park. Then they got West Charlotte next week, right? They go Mars Park. Then they got West Charlotte.
Let me get over to their schedule, but I was checking out Archie Kell's schedule. So week 1 they defeated Cuthbertson, and then they lost to Porter Ridge.
And they're playing who?
So I can see they're all very close. I can understand where you're coming from.
I just think that, to me, they beat Clover. They came back and beat Clover. Chambers did. Mm-hmm. That was a really good game. That Hopewell game, it looked close, but they was in control the whole time. North Meck is like, I don't know where this offense came from.
Well, that's what I was talking about on last night's show.
I don't know where.
That's the most impressive thing to me about North Meck.
I saw North Meck 7-on-7, and Vereen got my vote right now. I know there's a lot of powerhouse coaches in that conference. He got my vote for that MVP of that coach of the year this year, because good gracious, like you beat it. That was impressive teams that he beat. Like he beat Rocky River. Rocky River's still getting it. Rocky River's gonna be fine. I make a lot of comments, but Rocky River's gonna be fine.
I thought their game against South Iredale would be closer.
Nah,
I thought they were gonna win, but to blow them out was really.
And South Iredale pretty good. They're not one of them well knowns, but they're really good. They're good. They're very well coached. But I'm just more impressed with North Meck and Chambers and stuff like that. I'm just telling you, that's just me. Like, I just don't think right now Providence is the 11th best team. They can be there, but they're going to drop because you got to think about it.
Where would you put them?
It's tough because you got South Meck, Olympic. Like, I think West Meck is too low too. You know what I'm saying? Because they're playing good football. They've been that Ashbrook game they was in. You know what I'm saying? I think Rocky River got to come down. I think Garringer needs to stay where they're at. Barry is East Meck over Barry. So okay. I think Barry should be 20. I think Valentine Ridge to be 19. I can see East Meck at 18. Yes.
Okay.
But Billings, you see the home cooking up there though.
Which one?
Harding.
Hey man,
they're not bad. I watched it. I watched them play.
Harding absolutely dominated the second.
They played East Meck and they got beat by Corbin. And you're gonna punish West Meck for losing to a strong Ashbrook and Statesville team.
Yeah, I would give you that.
Harding is right where they belong.
No,
I'm biased.
What? Okay.
I'm biased to me.
I'm not.
Look, I don't care where they.
I'm not going to reward.
I would tell you this. I'm going
to reward winning.
I'm going to tell you this. Hopewell should be higher than.
Hopewell should be a different standard.
You moving the finish line.
I'm not rewarding losing. I'm rewarding winning.
Okay, we're gonna take this. We're gonna snap this clip.
Take it.
Okay.
Take it.
I'll send it to you. But what I'm saying, when I say I was coming back on the show, I told Pep I was gonna make sure I watch majority of the teams play. I don't watch the majority of all these 21 teams play. And I would tell you, Chambers is not bad. They're not that. People don't think they're gonna be the old Chambers.
10 is not bad. That's a good team. If you're on this left side, you're a good team.
I think Chambers is probably in the top in that.
Now I got to address this. No.
East need to be that. East Meck's not bad.
No.
The only reason why I want to say East Meck not bad. No offense. I coach at Garrison. I got a lot of my ex-wife. She's over the Alumni Association and stuff like that. They beat Winston Prep. That was a game they were supposed to win. I was not surprised when they won that game. I know everybody was like, "Oh my goodness, Winston Prep had 14 kids." You know what I'm saying? So that's why. Would they beat East Meck, which they play East Meck Friday? I would say Garringer is 20, East Meck 21st. I would tell you that.
That'll settle it. Yeah.
They'll play it, but I would tell you, Valentine Ridge is not bad.
No, really. I told people I saw them in the Southeast Guilford. They are much better. I don't know what's happened in the first two games, but they are
one
better.
Game. Hey, I watched the one game where people were talking about the controversy. It was a little bad. Hopewell is not a bad team. Offensively, they do a lot of stuff, but that defense, you don't know how to line up to the edge pressure and stuff like that. You're not going to beat him. And he's smart what he's doing. He's making your O-line and your quarterback think. He just sent him edge pressure. It's not. Everybody always say he playing the same defense he played advanced. No, it's not. It's different. It's all mug and they come off that edge. It's coming off the edge and he's baiting that quarterback. So, but Harding's not bad. I watched that Harding game.
Now you got the Harding people riled up.
See, right for what? For what?
Yeah, Coach Doug. You just shouted out Corbin. They lost to Corbian by 13 in game one. Now
No,
you just
but Harden's not bad.
You can't.
I'm not saying they're bad.
You can't talk about Corbian as a championship contender.
I am.
And
I
then
am
discredit
not,
what Harden did playing with him.
I
in week
am
one.
not discrediting.
Yes, you are.
Or I'm not. I'm just saying they're not better than West Mac. That's all I'm saying.
No, they're not.
They're not better. Rank about
But
whatever.
they got a chance. Don't they play West Smith, don't they?
Here's the
That's
question.
a good question. I'm about to let you know.
Corbian and West Mac. What's the score margin in that game?
I like this guy. I love
They
man.
put up 18 points. That's what Harding did.
Pep, this what
And
I
I
will
love
tell you.
the West Mac guys. They know I love them.
The better question is, would West Mac beat Harding? And I don't see them playing each other.
No, they don't play each other this year.
Yeah.
They're
So
in
that question
different
won't be answered. But
conferences. So spin 4x4 says Corbian by 50 over West Mac.
I like that, but you're supposed to talk junk.
yeah, they supposed to say that.
Spin
But
4x4 is.
So hold up. So hold
There you
on
go.
1 second. I'm gonna say this. I'm not mad at Coach Chestnut coming on here defending his team. That's what you're supposed to do. I coach high school football. I defend Cox Mill to the day. You know, that's where I commit. I defend West Charlotte. That's what you're supposed to do as a coach. When you at this, I'm alumni of West Charlotte, like y'all alumni of Harding. I'm just saying, as a fan, I'm telling you that West Mac Hawk team is not bad. Do I think they're better than Harding? I got to see it. Do I think Harding's better than Hopewell? I don't really think so because Hopewell's really good. They're figuring if they figure that offense out, cool. I think Harding is better than Rocky River. I think Hopewell's better than Rocky River. I think Providence need to come down. I think that South Met Sabre team and that Olympic team is better than Providence right there. That's not me. I'm just telling you what I watched and stuff like that. Like, that was a tough loss Providence took. It was a tough loss. It's just facts. That was a bad loss. But West Mac, for them to play like that against Ashbrook, maybe Ashbrook took it easy on, but we'll see. But I think it's like everybody's saying, we gotta see. I think Harding, they're in a good position. They in a good confidence. They're in a good position. So, like I said, I respect that. He got us. That's what you're supposed to say, Coach Dub. You're a coach. You know, somebody up here talking about might not you expect one of your coaches to speak up for your kids. So I'm not gonna hate on that.
Well, we've seen that.
Well, he's a dog. You know, that's what dogs do. They bark. You know, but I'm not mad at it.
Nick Rankin likes you, Billups.
Well, everybody likes me when I'm not being the old Billups, but I'm just telling you, like, if you watch, the biggest thing I would say, I leave Harding stuff alone, is I think the biggest question mark is how is Providence don't bounce back. If they could play with Mars Park, I would say, okay, keep them there.
That's very true.
If they could play, and then you got to take on a very aggressive West Charlotte defense. Like, good grace of life, them two hard back-to-back games. You know what I'm saying? Olympic when Cato come back, it's gonna be dangerous. You know what I'm saying?
That's a question right there. So there's a question about Olympic still up.
They playing without their two best players.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. You know,
but I get it. That's fair. He is right.
I think week one, you know, for them to lead Butler at halftime, I thought, especially with going to a whole new offense, basically, I thought that was really impressive.
Man, put what Joe said.
I'm gonna get to that. Luke Zabo, he likes us arguing, so there you go.
No, it's valid. It's valid because I'm a fan. Like my brother, the head coach of Cox Mill. If it was all, I'm gonna put them in the there and top. You know, that's just me. I'm gonna be like, but I'm being unbiased, like he asked me to do when I came on. I'm just telling you, Chambers. I had a lot to say because he came out there with that Argyle sweater vest. I can't stand Argyle, but they coaching. I can't stand Argyle. I'm sorry, guys. I don't like. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Rob got some in his closet. I don't like Argyle. It's aggravating. But look, this quarterback, this kid right here, the Grant Law, hit less than 50% of his passes for a 7. He went against an 8-8 defense with numerous D1 talent. I'm not telling. This is what y'all post on Twitter. I'm going off what y'all say on Twitter. This is what y'all go on Twitter. I watch all the videos. I see y'all doing the little greedy dances, all that. Yep, this is what I see. But that's impressive. 55. He hung up 55.
Well, East Lincoln also had a good performance from their running back, Palmore. He had over 100 yards rushing in that game too. So they had more of a balanced attack than week one, where they were just throwing it all over God's creation. My goodness.
Yeah, but like I said, that's no offense to Providence either, because that's a really good East Lincoln for them. They're 5A, right, Pep?
Yeah.
For them going, at least they playing team. Look at they played Hickory Ridge, but they played and they rebuilding, but they played East Lincoln. Now they're playing Mars Park. They're playing West Charlotte. Like, who plays that schedule?
Hey, I mean, if you want to, go somewhere in the playoffs, which is what they want to do, you got to test yourself. So I
know Valentine Ridge. I'm Valentine Ridge, boy. I'm just kicking myself in the foot losing them two D linemen. Because good gracious life, that boy at Myers Park, boy, he a grown.
DeMond Lewis, yeah.
He look like the man Lewis out there.
Is that
That's the one? Yeah.
Both of them. The other one didn't play. Did the other one play Friday?
I don't think so.
He's at Myers Park.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them.
Pep would tell you. I was telling Pep about that. That's why I had Pep come out to the game. I said, "But you got."
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, you did tell about them two. Those were the two kids you were talking about, right?
Yeah, they popped right on film. I turned. I said, "Who?" I said, "Who's those dudes?"
Well, Edison wish they knew about them because they were popping out there on their field, boy.
Well, week 3 is here, and let's talk about these games. West Charlotte at South Point. This is going to be a good one. We saw what South Point did against Huff, losing 14-10 week 1. West Charlotte in that same stadium lost to Grimsley. Both teams have rebounded. They won this past week. South Point beat Rock Hill. West Charlotte beat Monroe. What do you guys think about this one here?
I'll let y'all go first.
Intriguing. It's almost like what you got from Dudley versus West Charlotte. I'm not saying that the score be the same, but you're getting two areas that have similar swag for their area. Like when they went up there with the D-Boys, or the D-Boys came down. Remember what I told them D-Boy fans, Pep? Y'all not going to out-swag West Charlotte. Y'all not going to come up there intimidating West Charlotte. Them boys do the same thing too. Guess what? That holds true for South Point, Rock Hill. Them boys got the swag down in Rock Hill.
They do.
So it's going to be an exciting game. It'll be entertaining.
It's going to be won by the lines. The O-lines. I want to see how West Charlotte O-line go against their D-line. I want to see South Point D-line South Point O-line versus West Charlotte D-line. I think that's going to be the tell because West Charlotte is a fast, physical team on defense. They're like I said, they're not playing full strength, but them edges, them linebackers, what's it called? Davion is probably letting everybody know, hey, y'all talk about KD, all these Nick Reds, all these other safeties. He said, I'm the man too. And I will strike you. Like he's the boy are different this year, but I watched that South Point Hub game. It's gonna be both. Now,
as far as fast as West Charlotte is, South Point is fast on defense too.
Yes.
Let's not forget they kept Huff to 14 points, and they really kept Huff unchecked for the vast majority of that game. A guy to watch for South Point, Seth Tillman, defensive lineman. He's a junior, 6'4", 270.
That boy would play.
Yeah, he's big time.
But but look, the West Charlotte quarterback, mama, I love it. That kid is different. I don't know what he's on this year, but he's different this year. He's more confident, but he's been there. When you're from the West Side, baby, you from the best West Side, the best side, you don't be comfortable. It's just a different swag when you put that maroon and gold on. Not the. I don't want to get kicked off. So when you put maroon and gold on,
that crazy.
It just makes you feel good, play good. And they're a very confident team. And they're going down to South Point to play them. So that's the most impressive. Now, they're going to their home. So I like it. Like I said, it's going to be the O-lines of South Point and West Charlotte versus the opposite D-lines. That's going to win the game to me. Like, because they both got athletes. Because who's the South Point receiver? They were talking about he went off. He got
They have a
Really
couple of really good receivers. Malik Ratliff, number 1, is going to be a guy to watch. Number 8, Caden Watkins, another guy to watch.
There's one with a strong name. He got a strong name. They
A
said out.
strong name, Caden Vassell. He was another
There
guy
you go.
making some plays against Huff.
Yeah, Vass. Shut up, Rob.
Yeah.
You got a Caden Vass. You got one of them names on your team. I'll talk about him too. Oh, strong. Mama name him right. Mama gave him one of the right names.
So
Then you
you
Caden.
made a point where it comes down to the quarterbacks. Now, South Point
Yes.
is playing Jazavian Currents at quarterback, who's
Gotcha.
typically a defensive back, but we saw he can play. But Jamoy Nichols, built for the
Different.
position, has been
He's
super
different.
impressive this season. That might be the difference here. It might be the difference.
Well, Pep, let's focus a
Matter of
little
fact,
bit on.
look at that.
I just told you that.
Stay tuned.
Oh, you
But
did?
no, but it's a hidden storyline, Pep, that we're not talking about.
Uh-oh.
The hidden storyline is this: since West Charlotte didn't play Huff, like we found out they didn't play him. Since Huff has played South Point, right? If West Charlotte gets beat by South Point, does that validate Huff's King of the Queen City? Or if West Charlotte plays West Charlotte plays them close or whatever the case may be, it's a hidden storyline right there.
I mean, it's there.
It's
there.
there.
But at this point, it's got to be a head-to-head battle at some point. Hopefully, we get into it.
But Pep, these are two programs, culture-setting programs. They're gonna take any little bit of thing, and that's gonna be fuel to their fire.
Of
So
course.
it ain't gonna take much. So just say
Man.
if West Charlotte loses this game, man, Huff gonna let them have it.
Man, Sam coming out there with his scrunchie, don't put his hair in the little his bun, little man dreads, man.
Don't you
Don't
do
scrunchie his
that
hair.
to my dreadlock brother. Don't you
He
do
don't
that.
he don't scrunchie his head. You remember what I said last time when he come on the show? You saw him in the chat. When it would take him too long, I said he put his hair up, guys. That would take him long. He don't put that hair up, and he don't go give him some chewing, and he don't go out there and be brothering. He's like the new age macho man, which I love, Sam. But nah,
Oh man. Oh,
he
man.
is. I got all kinds of jokes for Sam.
Our
Y'all know it's all
Clover
love.
guy, Armani Bird, says he's got the clean sweep with South Carolina. Clover over
Ooh.
Palisades, Irma over Butler, and South Point over West Charlotte.
Hey, so Coach Simmons, that's Amani Bird on YouTube. He got a
He might not let you in the stadium.
he got a Jordan Brand sweatshirt on, sweat jacket on. He looking, he holding the piece like this. We didn't say that.
Get him,
He
Bill.
like this. I
Get
don't
him.
want no Simmons. Hey, Simmons come find you.
We
Simmons
didn't
like
have
walk.
Clover and Palisades on the list, but
Hey, Simmons like Walker,
There you go.
not like the old school Walker. He like the new Walker, justified and stuff like that.
I don't know about a clean sweep though.
I
I
don't
like
get
oh, boy.
I like Palisades.
Our new guy here, Spin 4x4, says the only South Carolina team to win will be Irmo.
I agree with that.
Hold on now. Come on, man. You're a bulldog.
Stop it.
You graduated from there. You got a black and red on underneath your shirt right now.
Listen, brother. Look, I'm just I'm not I try not to be biased in these situations. I try to be like you, a fan. I don't see the
I don't know. That first week when you got my boy Webb all jammed up, you were not balanced. Got him jump. Look, he in
Speaking of Webb, what timing? What timing? Good to see you.
Look.
I'm
I'm
glad
glad
you're feeling better.
Yeah,
Glad
I'm
you're
glad.
feeling better.
you get beat up like Red and Friday. He was just trying to go nice.
Charlotte Christian and Independent. Both teams are coming off tough losses. And Charlotte Christian lost to Catholic, and Independence lost to Huff. There are very good running backs on both sides, with Jamal Rule for Christian and Jaden Jones for Independence. Independence won this matchup last year. What are your thoughts?
This is Jaden Jones' wake-up game. This is wake-up game. After he baptized that one kid at Gaffney, because he made my back hurt when he ran that boy over at Gaffney on that punt return. But I think this is his game. that Rule kid is good. The independent linebackers, I'm pretty sure after the game they played last week, they're striking. They're striking all week. They don't have to go because you got to strike that boy. You got to hit him. You know what I'm saying? You got to hit him. So I like Independent's chance in this game. I think Street don't. I think they throwing some more QB run stuff and get because he been in that offense already when he was at West Cabarrus. You know the type of head coach used to be at West Cabarrus. That's his offense. You know the zone read stuff and the quick passes. I think you capitalize on that and just get them independent wide receivers confident back after the week they had. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure some quick game RPO stuff coming into play this week.
All right, good deal. Real quick, Adam let us know that he saw Chachi and all is well. Glad to see that.
I was sweating like Michael Irvin was Sunday for you, Adam. I'm glad you're good, brother.
All right, Huff is going on the road
sweat
to take on Highland Springs in Virginia. Simple question: does Highland Springs have a chance here?
No.
No.
They don't.
Well, all right.
They don't.
No.
Highland Springs is a good team, but no.
Rob, we don't got nobody in Virginia we got to worry about. We good? We can say that, right?
We good. We good.
Okay.
Well, Ferb's back up there, so.
Well, we love Ferb, but he at Highland Springs?
No, he's at a.
Okay, we good. He would have called me.
Nah, they don't.
Nah.
Well, Highland Springs so far this season is 1-0.
I think.
Yeah. And in that game, I can tell you that they beat a team called Hopewell 68-12.
Anytime you be a Hope, see, no, you trying to get me caught up right there. You ain't
Hopewell, Virginia. You
ain't slicking there in can of paint right there, boy. You almost got me.
But no stats to reference on Max Prep, so that's all we got on Highland Springs there. But hopefully Huff will travel safe. I do agree. I think they are a big favorite. I remember Chambers went and played Highland Springs a couple years ago and defeated them as well. So
beat them with the backup.
Yeah. So North Carolina football, I mean, it's been dominating out of state competition so far this year.
That's true, man. North Carolina's been, no matter where, they've been playing pretty well out of on these trips.
Mm-hmm. It's been really
making
good.
Petey Pablo proud. We're making Petey Pablo proud. Unlike Bill Belichick.
Another out-of-state matchup. We got Butler going on the road to take on Irmo. Last year, this game was really close. It went to overtime. Butler went for two, couldn't convert. That was the difference in the game. Irmo won that game 35-34 at Butler. Kind of a similar situation. A lot of people are liking Irmo to win this game. Remember last year, a lot of people were picking Irmo to win that game pretty easily, but Butler rose up. Can they rise up again here and pull an upset on the road? As a reminder, Aaron Brand, coach at Irmo, Brian Hales, the coach at Butler, they have a lot of history.
A lot.
Great playoff games between these two coaches. So what do you guys think here?
I think Hales is up on Brand too, isn't it? I think Brand only beat Hales.
He definitely beat him the year that Hales didn't coach in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because we were there. Well, at least I was there. I don't know, producer, you were there or not when they went into overtime.
Probably.
And, Vance. It was when Kingsley Affetti was the Vance quarterback.
Man, don't talk about that kid, boy. I was at Hopewell and what they did to us that year with Michael, that tall receiver. I still had nightmares about that game. They hung like 95 on us, boy. I think Brand put AJ in there at 11 years old. He scored.
Oh man, but Butler so far with two wins. They beat Olympic week 1, 32-14, and in the game you talked about earlier, beating Corby in 14-9. Irmo, Coach Brand has really got that program running at a high level. They've made the playoffs, just about every year he's been there.
They went to the state playoff last year. They won
the championship game.
They almost won a state chip last year.
Yeah, almost. Yeah. Joe, where's Joe? Joe, you got some Irmo information?
I mean, I can understand why people favor Irmo just because they coming out. They were
all gas, no break.
But Butler's gonna show up though. I'm not picking a winner. I feel like Butler's gonna show up though. So I think it'll be a good game.
I really think they're trying to figure out who they are, and that's what you're supposed to do in the non-conference. Hale is gonna have his 97 formations that you're gonna have to get ready for, and the different motions and all of that. So the cool thing is these guys know each other and they know their tendencies, from all the years they played against each other here. So I don't think there'll be any surprises. The fact that Irmo's favored because Brand has obviously had a lot of time to build his program. There's been a lot more stability compared to where Butler is, but don't be surprised that Butler team will keep it close and have a shot in the second half to pull the upset here.
Yeah.
Perceived upset, I would say.
Pat, they gotta be careful with this game because if you start Max Prep watching, like, oh well, they barely beat Corvian, and now we got a shot at them. Sometimes as a coach, you want those tight games like that, those tough games, those games that you was expected to put up more points or do better, because those are the key coaching moments and the coaching points. That's what Coach at Butler is. Coach Hales. He's going to teach. He's going to pick apart that film. I guarantee you. Those boys will be prepared going to Irmo. So I'm wanting Max Prep watch on this, and also, like you said, it's a traditional rivalry by two familiar opponents. Mm-hmm. They know each other. They know what the tendencies are, especially because that's another thing that's not talked about amongst coaches. When you coach with someone, and sometimes it's better to coach against them, you start learning their tendencies because you're watching a ton of film on them. You're watching their tendencies. You're watching so much stuff that you can see it coming. So, I mean, this one could be interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if Butler won. It wouldn't be an upset to me.
All right, there it is. Another big game in the Queen City. Charlotte Catholic coming off the victory over Charlotte Christian, going on the road to take on Providence Day, led by head coach Chad Greer. Providence Day coming off a big win at Rolesville, 38-10. What do you guys think about this one right here?
Providence Day, because Providence, that's gonna be it. If Catholic beat Providence Day, I'll be shocked.
Now, we remember a couple years ago when Providence Day went to Catholic, and Catholic came out with a really good game plan of running the ball, slowing the game down.
They better do that this week.
They had to pull it out in the end with Jaden Davis throwing a beautiful touchdown pass in the middle of the end zone late in the fourth quarter.
They better do it this week because Providence Day look like some grown men out there playing against some little boys lately. Now I'm not even trying to. I don't know where you got them kids for. That one of the game back in Pee Wee football. I need to see some birth certificates. I need to see them. Them boys. Hey, Rob, tell me. You think I'm like? Hey, probably they look like real deal this year, boy.
Yeah. The question here is, we talked about Catholic slowing down Charlotte Christian overall on defense. Providence Day has so many weapons offensively that I don't know if you can control what they do in the passing game.
Quarterback playing. There you go. That quarterback playing.
Zaid Lott, yeah.
He's playing way better this
I
year.
don't think he's had a turnover yet. Maybe one interception, but he's taking care of the ball very well. He's very efficient so far in his first two games this season.
He don't kill that. He don't mess that cover two up this week. Like cover two.
Yeah, I think Charlotte Catholic's best chance, obviously, and this is not saying anything you guys don't know, they got to get a pass rush. They got to find a way to get some pressure because it's sitting back and trying to play coverage. He's just going to pick you apart.
Yeah. Okay, that wide receiver really good.
Absolutely. Yeah, they have several. I mean, they outside of the
big name one. I forgot his name, but he's really like he put it on he put it on clean tape. Some of these private school players that are playing, that going big time programs, like Rob tell you, like y'all be like they don't play nobody. It's a reason why they're going to
Well,
North
I'll
Carolina
tell you. I mean, we just saw it.
and Notre Dame. Like you
Yeah,
just saw,
that's what I was getting ready to say.
yeah. Scott, he played Christian. Look what he did against.
Micah Gilbert.
Look, he almost upset my boys. The U. Yeah, I like that. See, I can camouflage.
What the world? So the receiver at Providence State you're talking about is Gordon Sellers, but
that boy's good.
yeah, they have and thank you, Jamel. This is one of them right here, Steele Fletcher.
Yeah, he's good too.
Coach Dub, I know you know him from when he was at Charlotte Latin.
Yeah, Young Steele. That kid.
Hey, don't post that comment because I don't. He always going to the new take. Oh, Akers. Oh, Jameson.
Then you also have
Where's Akers at?
Ethan Dempsey
Providence Day.
to worry about as a receiver. So there's
You say Ethan, what's his name? Ethan what?
Ethan Dempsey. He's another receiving threat for Providence Day in this one. So there's multiple threats, and not even mentioning
the running back good too.
Brendan Raven, who's also a talented receiver. Aiden Gallows as a running back. Yep, he's another good one. So multiple threats for Catholic to worry about. The question is, can Providence State shut down the Catholic run game? Because Garrett Nolan has had 200-yard games so far on the ground. And if they're able to run the ball and get first down to keep that offense off the field, that's going to be a big key.
I think the run game is way different. Their run defense is a lot better this year. It's a lot better this year. Like I said, they've been striking folks because they went and get that scrimmage against one of them teams in South Carolina, boy, and they was out there striking.
Well, the linebackers in Quentin McCray and Justin Abanqua are very good. McCray's committed to play college football at Richmond, and I've seen Abanqua, several times, and he is a college level football player as well. So they've got the guys to do it.
Will they? That's the question.
All right, Coach Dub. Gaston County Special. Ashbrook at Northwest Cabarrus. Playoff rematch from last year, round 1. Northwest Cabarrus went to Ashbrook last year, and Ashbrook beat them by a couple of touchdowns, if I remember correctly. What do you like about the green wave in this one?
Yeah, shout out to our Gaston County. We play ball 2 week of the game of the week. I think Ashbrook is going
unsponsored, by the way, unsponsored.
Unsponsored. We can get that sponsored.
What was that gas and we play ball too? What that GWPB?
Yeah, yeah, and we need a sponsor like a rib joint or something like.
What about that place where we had the media day? Can't they sponsor it?
Oh, which one? Soul
Food. Ain't about a business.
Yeah,
he don't
ain't about business.
Yeah. Pep, no, they had some banging food. Shout out to the Cheryl Little John. It's Smith's Soul Food. Check them out in Gastonia. They legit. But I'll check on that, Pep.
And they're not sponsored. We're not shouting them out. That's no soul food.
Don't worry.
I'm
gonna make a few phone calls. We're gonna get this segment sponsored. So Ashbrook at Northwestern Cabarrus. I'm not too familiar opponents, but I think Ashbrook is absolutely dominant. They're one of the best teams in the state, not just in Gaston County, but for their classifications, they're a favorite to win the state championship for a reason. I don't think it'll be close either.
No, I don't think Northwest could. How?
Both of them are 2-0 so far this season.
Yeah.
Last week, Northwest Cabarrus beat Central Cabarrus in overtime last week.
They beat who?
Central Cabarrus in overtime.
Don't say it like that. They play football in Cabarrus County. I got you, Cabarrus County.
Well, the Cabarrus County representative is not available, so
I don't blame him.
Okay.
I will leave it at that.
I don't blame him. I wouldn't come on
Friday.
Look, bro, I don't blame him. I ain't coming. That was Matt's fault this time.
Weddington at Monroe. Both teams are coming off losses.
Looking to bounce back, both of them.
Yes. And Kendall Rudolph says Weddington gonna do Monroe dirty.
Oh man, I agree.
Wow.
I agree.
Okay.
This gonna get ugly because you have to understand, like, it ain't. Weddington played a very good Myers Park team. See, people slept on who Myers Park was prior to playing Weddington, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were better than what we expected. So that loss, I'm not saying it wasn't a bad loss. What I'm saying is it was against a good team. So now, again, Weddington got a chance to lick their wounds. They're well coached, so you know they're going to break down that film. They're going to correct all the mistakes that they had in that Myers Park game. I'm hated for Monroe. You know, is
2 weeks in a row. They got an angry West Charlotte team. Now they're getting an angry Weddington.
Just wrong place at the wrong time, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Coach Capone probably got Weddington out there practicing like I'm the year of the bull.
Hey, shout out to Monroe though for scheduling this because they had to schedule it, right? Monroe was what 2A last year. What's their classification this year?
They are 5A.
5A.
Yeah.
Man, shout out to that coaching staff. They're ducking.
They ain't scared.
Yeah, they're never scared.
All right, not at all.
They better go watch. They better go watch the program before the game or something to get some motivation.
Jamel Lattimore, would you like to be our new Cabarrus County representative on the show?
Man, shout out to Coach Lattimore, man. He's good. He's
Let
great.
me know.
That's on what's it called? Dead.
CF Weekly's gonna be hiring here pretty soon.
That's Sione's daddy. He's good people.
So he got the Cabarrus. That's the youth
Little league
football
team.
organization.
Yeah,
Carolina
program.
Bears, yeah.
Yeah, shout out to that program. They do a lot of good work in that community. Shout out.
They
to
legit. Mr. Lattimore, the man.
Joe also on Ashbrook here. He says Ashbrook defense is stifling. They've created turnovers by the boatload early. Both West Cabarrus can't be one-dimensional against a tough Ashbrook front. Well, in Petman's players, Titus Troy, the running back, had 160 yards rushing, so they can run the football, but they've got a talented quarterback up there in Irwin, and let's see if they can throw it a little bit.
Yeah, shout out Joe Hughes with Joe Hughes mock turtleneck review over there.
It's not turtleneck season yet. Right around October.
That's why he got a little cashmere. You know how he do.
Yeah.
with the blazer, with the elbow pads.
Y'all see why I do the Tuesday night show now?
Brandon don't fell asleep about 4 times.
Nah, I'm good. I'm just taking it all in, man.
Brandon,
that's why he's the executive producer. The executive producer can do that. When he was just regular, that was not allowed.
Right, man. You gotta.
Hey, B, don't let Pep butter you up. Don't let him.
It's like getting a Fireflower in Mario.
You see the promotion, man.
To the Fireflower Mario.
But B, that's only because he was letting Butterbean. He let Butterbean on the show.
We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that.
He did that. That's a removal.
That did not happen.
You got
that's not a removal.
Happen.
He removed me, though. He started.
Man,
I go up. He go down. Remove him. 5 minutes.
Penalty box.
Because that was a good one.
Our last game to discuss this evening is Nalla Creek at Grayson, Georgia. Nalla Creek coming off the victory at the school in Virginia. I don't want to get the name wrong.
Warwick.
Thank you.
So that's Nalla Creek. That's another school that's not ducking. They seek out smoke. They're not ducking it at all. They always ready to get on the road, man.
They invite the smoke. They inhale it. They inhale the smoke. That's the opposite of ducking.
Oh, so there's a smoke pipe, huh?
You go that way.
Yeah. Grayson, Georgia is a very good team with several high-level players on the college recruiting front. However, their starting quarterback is hurt and out for the season, committed to North Carolina. So they've been playing with a backup, but they are undefeated still, mainly because of all the talent that they have. So can Nalla Creek go on the road and pick up a 6A win in Georgia. That's where Grayson
Absolutely.
is.
Absolutely, they can. They keep proving time and time. Where did they go? What was it recently? They went to Ohio last year. They travel well, man. They go on the road and they win. So,
well, here's a point of reference. A team we do know here, Raven Gap, played Grayson, and Grayson beat Raven Gap 24-19.
Mm.
So if we think Mallard Creek's on the same plateau as Raven Gap, could be a good game.
That's not a bad comparison. That's not a bad comparison.
No,
right.
not.
Not
I
at all.
think they got a shot here.
I
really
think so.
do. Yeah.
Go ahead, Coach Tim. Get it done, man. Prove all your haters wrong, because I get tired of hearing people talking bad about you, brother.
Why? Who? Why and who?
We don't. We love.
We
Coach
don't.
Tim.
I'm not saying we do, but the word on the street
is one of the best guys.
Yeah,
around.
People talk about their offense. It used to be a snooze fest. But it's
Well,
not a snooze fest no more.
No, exactly. It's not what it. You
gotta let coaches coach, baby. I tell fans that all the time. Fans and parents.
And listen, he got his guys.
There.
He got his guys from his culture in there too.
And then he got Facile, my boy. He got Facile over there helping him. Shout out to Facile.
Well, let me share something about this Grayson Raven Gap game. So, in this game, oh my gosh, Grayson had 200-yard rushers in Ashton Turner and Brandon Gray. Their total rushing yardage of the team was 383 yards on the ground.
Mm.
Oh, gosh, 3 rushing touchdowns. I believe this is the game where the quarterback got hurt because they played 2 quarterbacks here. For Raven Gap, they were able to throw it decently. They threw for 225 yards, but they only ran for 81, so they didn't have a lot of success running the ball. But they were able to get some things done in the air. So we talk about Mallard Creek's new offense here. We don't get injury reports, so we don't know if they're still going to be playing with the backup quarterback or if Perry Justice is going to be ready to play. But it looks like they're going to have to be able to throw the football here. I think
even Perry Justice is back. I think they still want to play with that backup because Perry was just like more a run, was running a quick game, wasn't
it? No.
He was throwing that thing.
From what Coach Tinsley told me, and I trust what he tells me, he said he was doing everything at a high level.
Yeah. Okay.
So, just based off of this, kind of breakdown, they're going to have to throw the ball. At least they're going to have to be balanced because.
I like that. Look at that. Look what that mom said. We don't have no backup. We have quarterbacks. I like that.
Well, shout out to Yaz. What's going on, sis?
I like that.
It's one way to look at it.
We need more people to think like that.
There's that right there.
Yeah, they do. Now she ain't lying about that.
Well, yeah, it's their football is everything down there. So it will be definitely a fun.
I think Creek got a chance.
I think so too. So she will be forever known on CFI as Yaz.
Oh, my apologies. I gotta clock that.
Thank you, Yaz.
That's what the kids say nowadays. Clock that. My
that's the new slang. That's the new slang. Clock.
My 6-year-old got in the class. She said, "Clock that, Daddy." I said, "Girl, I don't clock you."
Then we used to use that in the 80s. Pep?
I don't know.
Why are you asking me? I don't know.
That's a Robert Washington question right there.
We're all around the same age.
Everyone here was in the 80s. Why you come to me?
I know why.
All right, Billups, did we use that in the 80s?
No. I'm from Base Fort Road. We didn't use no clock then. I don't think so.
I don't remember that.
Y'all just went straight. Well, never mind.
Hey, if any fans out there know, I think we used to use clock in some kind of cool slang. I don't know. I'm old.
Well, you are using it in a sentence.
What?
I don't remember that.
Why you keep clocking me? Right? Y'all never heard that?
I don't remember that one, man.
Yes, does not.
I'm old too.
All right. I guess we did. I could be wrong.
Hey, we know who was at the potluck.
The Queen City Senior Bowl has registration open now. All players must apply to be considered for selection. The eligible counties this year are Mecklenburg, Cabarrus, Union, Gaston, Cleveland, Iredell, and Rowan counties. The Queen City Senior Bowl also reserves the right to allow schools outside of those counties to participate on a case-by-case basis. Any head coaches interested in coaching in the game this year, please contact me via Twitter, text, email, or phone call.
Contact the face of the Queen City Senior Bowl, Matt Morrow.
Hey, speaking of the face,
I'm a partner in the game.
The face. You got to get a new suit for the selection show, man, this year.
The what?
AB.
You got to get a new suit.
A new suit?
Yeah. When you're on the selection show, it's always a suit, man.
Last year, I wasn't on it. We did all graphics last year.
No, you did have a suit on. Like
have a suit, man.
Like you were part of the 5 Tops one year. I was laughing, but
I was ordered to wear a suit that year.
Pep looked like he was finna spin across that stage and sing some gospel song.
Bring it back, man. Hashtag bring back the suit.
Hey, fellas, real quick, because Pep, though, he know I was pretty upset about this. So last year they gave the head coaches game balls, right? I'm sitting there watching my son. I'm like, so they get game balls, they get recognized. When I was a head coach, man, I think I just got chicken wings from the concession stand.
You got my wife
didn't pay for the wing.
No head coach previously had chicken wings.
That's a fact.
But you got to think about it, though. With you, not every coach, but with you, is chicken wings really a downgrade from a game ball?
I had to choose. Would you appreciate chicken wings or a game ball?
I feel like Washington might make a good.
Then why
I got a whole pan of them. You remember we got a whole pan of them?
Hey, man, you remember that one camp?
I remember that.
Hey, you remember that one camp, the last camp we did, CFI camp? I was not saying nothing how he paid some of them coaches, but this getting paid well barbecue plate.
What are you talking about? Everybody got paid. And we're still on air.
Yeah, they did. Don't get your plate.
You know what? I wasn't going to do this. Where is it? It's time for slime time, and I'm going first. I want to slime all y'all because y'all talking reckless and ridiculous. Thanks for watching Football Focus Weekend. Everybody have a good night. See you on Friday. Friday Night Live, that is. Midnight. Check it out.
Reckless and ridiculous.
Reckless and ridiculous.
R&R, man.
Don't make no sense, man.
Go get your plate down there.
That's why he ain't on camera. Y'all hear him, but he ain't on camera. He getting lost all his camera time.
Right. Reckless and ridiculous.
Only.
R&R, man.
Not sweet soup, Nick.
I mean, if the sweet at the Panthers game, we can get a sweet too. I like that.
They're all out of camera time. That's why you see me. You can hear them, but you can't see
I like the sweet idea also, man.
All out of camera time.
Hey, Brandon, y'all know what happened last time we was in the suite, right?
You were late. You were late and stealing people's chicken wings.
Yes, I got my chicken wing.
It better get a barbecue plate.
These guys are out of control.
Hey, thank you for all your hard work. Go get your 2 pieces of
If y'all are part of a dysfunctional family, that's what CFI is. Dysfunctional at its best. You're seeing the best of us now.
Hey, go down there and get you some brisket.
It would be 10 times worse than this.
Hey, guys.
It's unbelievable.
Hey, I appreciate you coaching the heat.
All this great stuff.
I appreciate you coaching in this heat. Go get you some.
You want to come out here and tell these ridiculous and reckless stories. I'm not having it anymore. I'm not having it. Y'all just going to be dang on sitting here talking. Ain't nobody going to see you. Ain't need no more FaceTime. I got 40,000 followers, and you ain't going to be seen by not a one of them. Good night.